Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Brr, it's cold out. Oh, go ahead and turn my camera on, I suppose. How's everybody doing? You got Donna B and Grace Johnson in here. P&W. Don't think there are going to be too many people. Copycat. Hey, Copycat, how's it going? Oh, boy. Hey, Susie D. Good to see you. S. Divine. TNT. Oh, that's good. I really wasn't ready for a cold week. It's going to be a cold week. I mean, it's not really cold, but it is cold. Last week we were in the 60s and 70s. This week, well, I think it's 28 degrees right now. Yeah, 28 and probably feels like 20 because of the wind. And it was even snowing. I went out earlier and it was snowing. Yeah, I actually got my jacket on because it's cold over here in the corner. Yeah, it's not so bad when it's just cold, but once that wind kicks up, ooh, and in old houses, no matter how much you insulate the house, it seems like just a little breeze comes through and gets you all cold. Yeah, it was snowing over here earlier. Well, that's where my computer and everything's in the corner of my room here. That way I got a wall back here. But one thing somebody sent me on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it now. They seen me on another live. I think it was Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. Saturday. And they were going about talking about home defense and all this stuff. And I really didn't feel like typing it in chat, so I just jumped up real quick and told them, because, and this was talking about home defense. That they were talking about having cameras up and trimming not having bushes around your windows and a bunch of stuff. And I said, you're kind of missing what the trend is now. It's not that people break in when you're not home or something now. It's they knock at your door and wait for you to open it, and then they rush in and take what they want. But one of the best things for that is lock your screen door. And that's the thing. If somebody knocks at your door and they already have your screen door open, that's a red flag. Because any salesman you that are there to sell something or whatnot, you never open the screen door because it scares the person. Well, it used to. Hard to say what it does now, but this lady contacted me and said that she used my advice. She looked through her peephole and seen that somebody had opened her screen door, and she told him to go away, or get back. And they said they had something for their internet, a new modem or anything. And she says she got on the phone and called the cable company, and they didn't have anything. So she called the cops, and he was done gone. So that little bit of advice could have more than likely saved her life, or saved her from being broken into. Because believe it or not, that little screen door, because a lot of times if people don't have a screen door, they just walk up and bam, right through the front door. Screen door, they have to actually open it and then go through the door. But I thought that was a very good message that I had gotten from somebody that's not even a subscriber to my channel. She said she seen me on somebody else's channel. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, because you never know. There could be some wasp on your porch. You have to get rid of them. Yeah, a lot of times people overthink their whole their whole yard, and they put up all these signs and stuff. The thing is with those signs, and this is just not me saying this. This is the bad guy. When they go through and scope out a place, they're looking, and if they see a house that has a whole bunch of signs on there saying "Beware a dog" and we got alarms and all this stuff, that's their focus. They look at that and say, "Oh, what do they have in there?" So believe it or not, having a lot of signs in your yard trying to deter people off actually does the opposite. It's okay to have some signs, but don't go crazy about it to where they think, "Oh, what do you got in there?" Oh, forgot that was over there. Oh, yeah, I thought, because usually I don't get too many good messages on Twitter, and I said, "Wow, that was actually a good one." And hopefully they catch the guy. Yeah, if you have dogs, that's a good deterrent right there alone. One good thing is for dogs, if you have a fenced in yard or something and people have to come in, it's a really good idea if you train your dog not to eat no matter what. If somebody puts food down there, they don't eat it. They only eat out of their dish, or they only eat when you tell them to eat. Because a lot of times the bad guy will put stuff in the food, like hot dogs or something real tasty for a dog, and toss it over there, and your dog passes out, or worse. And then they got a freeway in. Hey, what?
Hey, good evening, buddy.
How's it going?
Oh, sorry about my late arrival. I
Oh,
gotta,
that's okay.
I get off work and got a little sunlight to still do a few things, man. I'm enjoying that.
Oh yeah, that extra little bit of daylight. Well, when
Oh,
it's warm,
yeah,
comes in handy.
yeah, it is.
Get me some
Check you
coconut
out. You got
water
your
out.
new hat on.
Yep.
What do you call that? Like a fedora?
Yeah, something similar to it. I haven't worn one of these in a long time though.
Man, I had trouble finding hats. Like if I get like a ball cap, like a fitted hat, I wear a size 8, and that's like the biggest one they carry unless you get something, customized.
Yeah.
Uh, it's like a snapback style hat. It's most of them I can't even wear them. Too small.
They got the little plastic thing that makes it an extender, but it looks weird.
I
I've
didn't know they had that.
some big guys wear those.
Oh, it would definitely look weird on me.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had a guy at a um where he was a tow truck driver, and he would park the
Yeah.
cars at his lot, and he had dogs at nighttime. And when he first started, the first dogs, unfortunately, the dog he had at first, um, somebody threw over hamburger with um, peanut butter,
Mm,
which is not, it's not meant to hurt the dog, because it just makes him go like that forever. But this dog actually choked and died.
oh wow.
So the guy went in and got his car and then left, which was really stupid, because you know who did it.
Yeah, but what car is missing? Yeah.
Yeah. And after that, that's when he taught his dogs that you only eat out of this dish. You only eat when I tell you to. Um, so people would throw stuff over. People would give them treats or anything, and would just still be sitting there in the morning. And that's a good guard dog.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and also, um, like a like a protector dog that stays by your side. Um, a dog that doesn't bark or only barks on command.
Yeah, that's a good dog.
Yeah, that's really hard to train a dog for that. And that comes in handy when there's somebody and you don't want them to know you're there or something, and then all of a sudden, get them, doggy.
Yeah. Dogs quieter than you are.
Yep. But he'll tell you that there's somebody out there or
Hmm.
close or whatnot. And
Probably
a lot of
body language.
times, just a nippy little dog will deter somebody away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we go into customers' houses, and some of them they say, "Well, I got to put this dog up," and some of them will say, "They're not really gonna bother you. Are you afraid of dogs?" I said, "As long as they're not afraid of me, I'm not afraid of it."
Yeah.
Because if it is an aggressive dog, if you start acting funny, the dog can sense stuff like that.
Oh yeah. The way I always seen it is, if if you're if you get scared, then they're whoa, what are you scared of? And then it's like an instinct to attack.
Yeah.
That's like when a dog and a cat get going. Usually it's a standoff, and then if the cat takes off running, that's when the dog goes whoop and goes
Yeah,
after
yeah.
It's that flight thing. That's that moment to attack. And you can pretty much see that in nature.
Oh yeah.
If a lion or whatever, and they stand up at each other, the first one that runs is the one that gets attacked because it's showing your back and everything else. Yep, beware cat attacks.
I know all dogs are different, and not all mannerisms are the same. But I kind of go by the rule of thumb. If he's wagging his tail, it's usually okay. Once his tail gets still and he gets stiff, then you need to be a little worried,
Yeah,
or at least stand your ground.
yeah. Come on, Broodies.
Yeah, it's a pretty cat.
He's a big fluffy one.
Hmm.
Man, these guys were when they were kittens, they were ornery as ever. 90 miles an hour through the house at all times.
Oh yeah, they always got the zoomies.
Yeah. And now that they get older, it's like they're always sleeping. They used up all their energy when they were kittens.
Yeah, like most of the cats I've seen are kind of like that. Some dogs too, but dogs can still be a little bit more playful in their older years.
Oh yeah. There you go.
My lab used to start wagging his tail right before he latched. I see. Can't do it for every dog. No, he considered that a treat. I think the toughest dogs are the smaller ones, man. The little dogs got the hearts of a lion,
Oh
like,
yeah.
like Chihuahuas. Oh man.
Yeah. I used to have this little dog. His name was Manny. A little Heinz 57 dog. He had all little, and he was about the size of this cat. But uh, a big dog come up on him, he would tear into him. It wouldn't back
Hmm.
down. A little puppy come up to him, he'd run like hell.
Huh.
Weird. I don't know if he thought, well, he's small enough he can get at me.
Yeah. So maybe he's been attacking the big dogs too.
He was. I mean, when it was dinner time, because he ate basically whatever I ate. When it was dinner time, if we had a table, he would get at the table and sit down next to me. He'd sit and watch TV or whatever. He was more human than dog.
It's weird how some animals, yeah, they can look at a TV or something like that, and it's like they're really into it or they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, he used to like watching Lady and the Tramp.
Huh.
He would sit there and you know how they turn their heads and everything, and just get right into it, even though it's just a little square TV at that time. Boy, I bet you he would have really freaked out on the TVs nowadays.
Oh yeah, the clarity. Yeah,
Yeah, big old
man.
50-inch TV.
I mean, it's so clear it almost looks fake in a way, you know.
Yep.
Man, yeah.
Hey Rose, how you doing today?
I remember when as a kid we had my mom got one of those like the floor model like tube TVs. Remember those?
Oh yeah.
I thought, oh man, I said, shoot, we're doing it big now. Man, to think now the clarity or to go back and watch something on there, you couldn't hardly see it. It was so dark.
Oh, I know. I remember when we were in lived in Pensacola, Florida, or actually it was Dustin, Florida, which is right down the road.
Yep.
Um, my dad and whoever the stepmom was at the time, they had a black and white TV, like a 19-inch black and white TV, and me being me, I found this bike. I didn't steal it. I actually found it. Somebody else stole it, but I found the bike and said, "Well, there's nobody around, so I took it to the pawn shop and traded for a small color TV."
Oh
My dad
wow.
and them were in there watching black and white, and I was in my room watching color.
I have to look it up. I wonder what was the first TV shown in color, first TV program.
I don't know. Maybe it had to have been a western of some sort, probably Lone Ranger or something like that, maybe. But I remember I worked for the guy, and because he had a 35 millimeter camera that had one of the bigger lenses on it and everything,
Yeah.
and I worked for him until I worked it off, and then I had the camera, and I got with this company that paid me $25 a roll of film to take pictures of people. That's it. And
Oh
this
wow.
is before you had to have permission. You could go out and take pictures of people.
Yeah.
And this is Dustin, Florida. So I had really good pictures.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sunny side Florida for sure.
Yeah. People fishing, girls in bikinis and things like that. And I was selling like 3-4 of these a week, which is a lot of money for a kid back then.
Yeah, just taking some pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, ER, how's it going? Vester, how you doing?
There's I forget his name. There's a guy. He's like a photographer, and he goes out and he's got hundreds of different cameras. But I guess if you can still find the film for some of them, he goes out and like takes pictures on the old camera, and man, it takes some cool pictures.
Yeah. Some of them old cameras, it you can't duplicate that.
Mm-mm,
It's
you
just
can't.
you try to do a digital and they have, the
Vintage look.
yeah, they have like filters
Yeah.
and they just don't do it.
And even then, you can tell it's a filter because it's a clear quality picture with just a
Yeah.
rustic or vintage filter.
And that I mean, I don't mind filters, but when somebody takes a picture and says that's them, and then you see them and you're like, hmm,
Hold on, wait a
was
minute.
that your daughter in that picture? Or it was, it's
Then some of them are so good that you're looking at it and you can't even tell that it's a filter. It just looks like a good picture.
yeah. I mean, a couple filter pictures is fine, where they have the butterflies but when it goes and changes their lips and then they got uh no blemishes on your face. Blemishes are That's you're human.
Yeah, that's natural.
It's so many people trying to make their face look perfect, and you can't.
Just drink more
Hey,
water.
Grape Jams and Vineyard Chicks, how you doing today? And 5 dozen eggs. Are you going to be doing some pickling some eggs? I hope you get your sound fixed. Don't you love though when you have your sound perfect and you don't touch it, and the next time you go back to play, your sound's all messed up, even though nobody touched anything. I never understood that. We would set up and do sound checks and everything, get the sound and everything right, and then go back when it was time to play. And then who messed with the sound? What happened? And then you have to redo it all and try to hurry up before it's time to play. Oh, you were washing the eggs. Okay. Yeah,
Little,
it does change. I don't know. I think Bunky probably looks better in her red hat though. I'm not sure where Jeff is. Well, I didn't set this up until like I don't know. It was around 6 o'clock, so he may not think I'm going live tonight. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Bunky looked too good with a beard. Yeah, all I did for dinner tonight is made grilled cheese and tomato soup.
that sounds
Something
good.
something simple.
I did the sandwich thing. Made me a couple sandwiches.
Oh yeah. Sometimes just that's all you need is just a sandwich.
Oh yeah. Yeah, had some chicken I was gonna cook. But I said, nah, I'll do it tomorrow. Be all right. One more dang hard.
Hmm. I had corned beef, and I didn't do cabbage. I just did corned beef and potatoes and carrots.
Mm.
Oh boy, it was good.
Oh, I bet. I hadn't had no corned beef in a while.
Bearded Bunky. Yeah, I had it in the freezer for probably a year. I probably could have took it back to the store and resold it for double the amount.
Yeah. Mm. That price definitely ain't the same.
I know. I didn't want cabbage because I just had soup beans 2 nights ago, so I had enough gas for a while, so I skipped the cabbage.
I like cabbage. Any kind of form of variety.
Hmm. That's like brisket. Brisket used to be really cheap. It was a real tough meat nobody wanted, and then they started doing stuff with these barbecue shows and stuff, and
Yeah,
then that price
smoking
just
it.
shot up.
Yeah. I love a good brisket, but yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah. Well, same thing with like chicken wings. That
Tell me
that
about it.
was that was scrap meat.
No, I love them. Wish they had 4 wings. We can get 4 per bird.
Well, you guys been busy. Oh,
Yeah, I think it only got up to 67.
I think we may have hit 30, 34. I don't know if it went. Yeah, it's still windy out.
So I could have done put some stuff out. They've been hardening off for long enough, but this weekend I'm gonna do my final check, and if I don't see nothing, I'm gonna just go ahead and put them on in the ground.
Yeah, grape jams. Or I mean, Ginger Ninja.
Everything that I got in the ground so far seems to be doing pretty good. I even got some lettuce, different variety lettuce sprouts coming up.
Um, I'm in Ohio. It's still cold. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, then not this weekend, but next weekend it'll be Easter.
Wow. I thought it was high here. 15 to $19 a pound for corned beef. Ooh.
Wow, man, have to get the decorned beef.
Yeah, last week we got some. We didn't get in this county. Well, somebody said they seen one, but I don't know. But we had hailstorms and a bunch of rain and lightning. I think when it did come through, we had it just in this county 200 and because I that's a new thing I guess is counting how many times lightning strikes, and it was 200 and some with the one storm that went through.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Yeah, I
was a
figured.
thing until they were counting which counties had more strikes than the other county, and I'm like, why is that a thing?
I don't know when they started it. I have noticed it, I guess, more recently than
Yeah,
before. Yeah, I meant to ask you that, but I figured you didn't say anything, so you were safe. I heard it got pretty bad in some parts of Ohio the other day.
yeah. It there were some tornadoes. They were going around talking about the damage in other counties and whatnot.
Did you see
Um,
the video? I think it came from Ohio where it was like 2 tornadoes and they merged into one.
I don't know. Um,
I, have to, I think I still got the link. I'll send it to you. Yeah, that was pretty wild.
okay. Yeah, usually I don't watch the news, and the only time I kind of watched the news was when I did have a show that was coming on, but they had weather on instead. I'm like, it's the weather's going through anyway. I mean, you don't have to tell me that it's raining outside.
Yeah.
I understand there are people that have to know like the weather coming and stuff like that, but to me it has nothing to do with me, or it has nothing to do with the weatherman. If the weather's coming through, if it's going to be a tornado or it's going to be lightning or whatever, ain't nothing I'm going to do to stop it. if I do hear it's like, you know, big noises, I'm going to the basement, and that's all I can do, and pray that it doesn't hit the house, and go from there.
It's good you got a basement.
Hmm. But that, like, there'll be people that will watch the weather 3 or 4 days before it happens, and they get all worried and worked up about it, and then it's a couple sprinkles here and there, and then it's done.
Knock on wood. Most of the time, when bad stuff heads my way, that's usually what it is by the time it gets here.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, if
Alabama and West Georgia, they get the most of it.
yeah, that, like, open flat areas, because we are kind of in a hill through here. I mean, chances are it's going to go downtown.
Yeah,
I'm up on a hill, so less chance of it actually hitting me.
you
Um,
see it coming.
yeah, but if I lived in Florida and they said, hurricane or something like that, then yeah, you kind of have to prepare for that stuff. But when people get so worked up, and days before the storm comes, and the whole time, um, that's what you prepare for anyway. You prepare for if it's gonna your power's gonna go out, or um, it's gonna be a bad storm or something. You prepare for it, so you'll be ready for it, not like, be scared the whole time.
Yes. If you lived in Florida, you know that you're going to get some storms. It's the question of how many and how bad.
Yeah, and the people who live there, the that's been through them over and over again,
The elders, yeah.
they're like, "Oh, is that all it's going to be? Yeah, I'll put a board or two over my windows, and get some ice in the cooler and wait for it to go by."
I think it's the ones that get really bad. It's those occasional ones that kind of hook up and go up the coast and kind of hit like New York and that little area right in there.
Yeah,
Those you really can't. I guess you really can't account for because that's not all the time. That's just a weird variant, I guess.
or it's the ones that stay, and
Loop back.
they don't have any water, or they're not ready for it. And then when they're stuck and they don't have no power or anything, and oh, we don't have any food or water. Why not? You should be
Yeah.
prepared for that.
I think as long as you live on any coastal state, you should be prepared, west or east coast.
Oh yeah.
Really, everybody. Because then you get towards the middle, and I know you get a lot of storms, but they call like the middle tornado alley.
Yeah, that's whenever I brought up that thing, who has the most tornadoes. I would have never thought Ohio would been up in that top 10 list.
No, I wouldn't have thought neither. Well, they were like the top five, weren't they?
Something like that.
They were high up, yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
And now we get these weird storms that just pop off of nowhere and just appear all of a sudden. Like uh the one last year, I think it was in Michigan. It was just calm, and all of a sudden, whoo, the radar turned all red where the storm appeared.
Mm. What do they say? April showers bring May flowers.
Yeah.
I don't really know how that originated, but some would say that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird now compared to since we had spring weather in February. Now March is here, and well, for us it's cold.
Yeah, this week we're in the. I think we got a couple days in the low 70s, but this week it's kind of mid 60s for the high, 40s for the low, which is kind of somewhat average, I guess. I think it was Atlanta yesterday. They came like a degree and a half or 2 degrees off from breaking their all-time record for that particular day in March.
Huh. Yeah, it's either going to be it's going to be both. It's going to be a really stormy spring and summer, and a lot of bugs.
Yeah. Oh man. The only thing I really dread, to be honest with you, is the other bugs I can kind of contend with and handle them. It's the mosquitoes. Oh man.
uh,
Every
eat,
year they get worse.
gotta eat more garlic.
I got garlic, I got lemongrass, I got some citronella going, trying to
No, I
combat
mean
them at every level.
you gotta eat more garlic.
Oh, I'm definitely doing that. I eat my fair share. I love it. Man, I can't wait till mine gets ready to pick, man. Looks like it's doing good.
I've got some um, onions that I didn't pick last year that are pretty good size already.
Oh, I bet.
I think I'll just leave them in there where when I plant my corn and everything in that bed.
Yeah, just let it work together.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know though. It probably end up killing it because corn will suck all that nitrogen out of the ground.
Yeah, could be rare. How many uh how many corn seeds are you planning on planting?
I don't know. I have to figure it out how much I can get in there. Because I'm gonna make it a diamond, but I'll probably make it a kind of like a fatter diamond. See how much I can get in there. Plus, I'm gonna put pole beans and squash in there too.
Mm. Yeah, it's gonna look nice when everything is going good.
Yeah,
Oh man, get you some good action shots. Planted some flower seeds the other day in that little raised bed, the one I made from the pallet wood. Kind of like
yeah,
yours, but not as nice. The pallet wood, it's all get
yeah,
what you get, but I made it work. Put some flowers in it.
yeah. I made a longer one out of uh, the pallet wood that I got. It doesn't look too bad. It's got like permanent magic marker on there or Sharpie or whatever.
Yeah.
So I went and picked up some paint, stain and well, it's primer and paint. I'm gonna paint the outside of it and then put the garden felt on the inside so it looks halfway decent.
Oh yeah.
But as soon as it gets warm, not warm, I'm gonna start making up a bunch more of them. And if I never sell any, I'll just have a yard full of boxes all over the place. Raised
Uh,
beds, planters.
one of the jobs we did today is we had to go. This guy's got a wood shop, builds cabinets. There's nothing but cabinets, and he needed some dedicated lines ran for a couple new saws and a
Yeah.
new air compressor.
Yeah. Realized that table saw isn't so bad, but the chop saw or the miter saw,
Yeah,
oh boy, that sucks the juice out.
yeah. It's that surge of power. You know, it goes from 0 to 60 in no time.
Yeah. And my table saw goes, it starts off slow and then
Yeah. He said they build like custom cabinets for like doctors' offices and hospitals and stuff. So that was pretty cool.
yeah, that wood's expensive.
Oh yeah.
I
He
think
said he was from Wisconsin. Think so.
that's what I got this thing for. This little doohickey. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah.
You put your board down and yeah, it has the drill in here too.
Oh, to make your pilot holes.
Yeah, it's for like I forget what they're called. Why ain't you coming out of there?
Got a little tool like that somewhere for like making drilling right on the joint or right at a 90-degree angle or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you just put your board up there and this
Yep.
board will, and you drill these holes in here. It goes down enough to go into the board and yeah, there it is.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That way, instead of drilling into the end of the board, you drill into the side of the board and hides the screws. And I just dropped something. I wanted one without this, but I'll try it out. If I don't like it, I'll just cut it off and then use a clamp on it.
Yeah, use your own clamp.
But it's got all kinds of knick-knacky things in it with it, the screws and everything. Oh, a fancy little bit.
Oh yeah.
See
Ain't
where I
nothing
dropped
like
it.
needing the right size bit and having it.
Yeah. Well, whatever I dropped it. Don't see it now. Oh, there it is. Them little Allen wrenches.
Oh yeah. I got a bag full of nothing but damn every size.
Yeah.
T handles.
But it's good for making the cabinets and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Jeff in
About what
here. Hey, Jeff.
about anything you order, you put together. That's about what they send with it is a little Allen wrench.
Yeah. Nowadays.
Yeah. Should I put them inside the bag too?
There he is. Hey, Jeff.
There he is.
Thank you, B.
It was Shazam Global Good now.
Shazam.
The movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
which
pretty
one?
good.
The one with Shaq in it, or the one with what was his name?
Sinbad.
Sinbad. Yeah.
No, it's neither one. It's
Really?
updated.
Oh, the
Yeah.
one where he's a superhero that
Oh,
flies
yeah,
around
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
The-
attacks a dragon, and yeah, I ain't gonna tell you. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Well, I've already
worthwhile.
seen the. There's a part 2 to it too.
And I ain't seen
Yeah.
part 2 yet.
I think
Hello,
it's the part 2.
everybody in chat. And do not lose them Allen wrenches on that thing. And you can also use it to make tables with. Put your screws on the inside where they can't be seen.
Yeah.
And I'm like you are. I can't think of the name of it, but I got one.
Yeah. The one I used to have, I would use a C-clamp and put it where I want it and then C-clamp it down. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how this one's going to work out, so I'll figure it out as I go. Because the C-clamp one is good if you're doing like making a cabinet and you want to screw in a whole
Right.
long board and not just short boards.
Yeah.
You can just put it right where you want it.
Well, now, I have used it a couple of times for the board, the long ones. I've laid it down, and then hooked that onto it like that. But
Yeah.
if you want true accuracy, use a C-clamp. It'll pull it in tighter.
Yeah.
So I found that out the hard way a few times. I had to go to YouTube and learn how to use the blooming thing.
Yeah, and believe it or not, if it doesn't come with a drill bit, it's a pain in the butt getting a drill bit that fits it.
Exactly. Just any bit won't fit.
Yeah.
Well, now you've got that. I can't think the name of it, but on that drill bit, you got like that little screw tip on the end of it, right?
Yeah. That's
that's
the pre thingy.
Yeah.
So you don't split it. Yeah.
Exactly. Good luck finding the screws for it.
Yeah, I'm keeping the some of the screws. That way I can take them down and if and when I go to use it,
Right. Before you really get into it, you need to locate some screws first.
Yeah,
Don't just anybody sell them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm keeping the screws that comes with it in the bag. I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to use them to go down to the place and get them.
There you go.
Because if you run out and it's you trying to find the right one by just going down, oh, I need a 2.5 by,
Yeah. Pocket hole jig. That's the name of it. Thank you, Hillbilly. Well, what's the topic for tonight? Any and everything?
Nothing really. I just came up with the strangest title and thumbnail that you could think of.
Well, knowing you, that worked. You need a feather sticking out of that hat.
No.
Because you damn near look like Merlin the magician. All it needs to be is pointed.
There's no point on my head.
I said all it needs to be is pointed, and there you go. Now, if chat agrees with me, get a 1 in chat. Come on.
No.
I know it's got to be at least a couple of them. What you need is that black pointed hat with a black cape.
Oh, well, yeah, that's not going to happen. I got white cats.
I got a black cape I'll send you. No, it ain't a cape, it's a duster.
Yeah. Did you
you know,
happen to see the thumbnail?
No,
Okay, I'll have to show you.
I've been looking at email all day long. Nothing. And at 5:45, really? Hell, I wake up and never mind.
You better behave.
I can't say it joking. I've got what I was saying before you popped that up. Oh, yeah. At 5:45, no email, no nothing. I think to myself, he ain't going up.
Yeah, that's why
I get wrapped up in Shazam, and I say, let me check. 5 minutes to 7. We going live. I'm baloney. I won't be there.
Yeah, by the time I got done and got in here, it was like a little after 6, and I just went and made the thumbnail, and I said strange. I typed in the list for strange, and that guy's head popped up, and I said, that's what we're going with.
All right, I'm back. Had to take the plants in.
Now, one of them, damn, bushcraft. I know the spelling ain't correct, but do the best you can with it.
No.
Yes, you know. Okay, I'll explain later.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I got in this afternoon and I said, man, it's been a long week. And I said, dang, it's just Monday.
Hey, Joe
Man, it
or
is a long
Courtney.
week.
I had to wait for a few minutes to see who it is behind Grow Big TV. Most of the time, I can figure it out.
Grow Big TV. It's a guy and another girl. Courtney's in with it, and I can't think of the other guy's name. And I've been up on there
Joe?
2 or 3 different times.
Yeah, it's
I think
Joe.
it is.
Garden State Gardener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe likes them stink bug jelly beans.
Ooh.
He's a big fan of
I was
those.
going to say. Oh, really?
Man. Tried a lot of different flavors. I just couldn't really get into the jelly bean craze.
I've not had one yet.
Never had a jelly bean.
If you want,
Huh.
I've not tried none. I've been told about them. I've been wanting to play the
same
game
thing.
too.
If you've been told about them, it's the same thing. You ain't really missing much.
Yeah, the dead fish ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Well, now, the way I gather, the dead fish taste a whole lot better than a few of the other ones.
Oof. Man, I
I
can
think
only
that
imagine.
like the sour milk what was bad. Well, Jeff probably liked that, think it's buttermilk.
Man, that would be horrible.
Probably would. Put a little salt with it, make it fresh. About 32 here, Grace, if I'm not mistaken. That means that should be the last one this year.
No, we got a whole week of it. And I don't know if it's like I said, I haven't looked at let me see. Usually you can play it and it shows where it's headed.
The Bubba News says 25 tonight, where he's at.
Yeah, it's gonna be, well, it's 27 right now here.
It's 27 where you at right now?
Yeah.
Hey, baby, you want to go to Ohio? I think she's in there packing the bag now.
Yeah, I think tonight's our last cold night.
Well, now,
Well,
Lake just
I
did
think
17.
it does warm up from here. It's supposed to be 47 tomorrow, so. But the nights all week are going to be in the 20s. I think Sunday it starts warming up.
Ginger Ninja, I had to reread that one twice. I thought you said pants, but it said plants.
Yeah, it actually snowed here earlier. I think like about 1 o'clock it was snowing.
Darn.
Yeah.
Definitely pack my bag. Oh, I ain't seen no snow this year.
Yeah, it's at least I don't think stuck.
If you'll hold on, that lighthouse shines some light on the subject for you.
Huh?
I said, if you'll hold on, the lighthouse behind you, it'll shine some light on the subject for you.
Yeah, I think that guy up in the lighthouse has been drinking because that light beam gets stuck, and then it goes back the other way. It's supposed to go around in a circle.
Yeah.
See, he tripped over the cord and made it turn that way.
Like on an island.
I see it.
Here we go back.
You got that right, Ginger Ninja. When I was a youngin', the snow used to come up to I was about short as 101. But if I was standing on solid ground, snow would come up to my knees. Now it's got to where I can see the tops of my shoes when it snows. And have you noticed when it snowed, you wear your dirty sneakers outside and come back in and they're clean like new?
If any of those levels of snow that you just mentioned happen here, every major news network will be in my city, I promise you. It's snow apocalypse.
Well,
you remember when you used to go out and collect snow and then make sugar and vanilla and stuff with it, make ice cream?
Snow cream. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do this stuff now.
Yeah. I seen somebody making it. I'm like, oh man, where do you live? I don't know if I would trust it.
Mama always told me when we was coming up, never collect the first snow. Always go for like the second or the third, because
Yeah.
the first snow is supposed to clean the air out. All
Yeah,
the
it was the dirty snow.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, so you was told that too, huh?
Oh yeah. My grandpa says, don't mess with the dirty snow. Which is
Yeah.
the dirty snow? And he says the first one.
Yeah.
And he would always say it was dirty snow.
Yeah, polluted. Well, now, a lot of times, if you'll listen, a lot of people die when it snows because they're making snow cream. And well, again, it's like Mama said, never eat the first snow because it could kill you.
It's
And
all
then
dirty snow.
yeah. And I remember coming up, people dying because they was eating snow cream.
Mm-hmm.
Man. And that was then.
Yeah, nowadays they try to catch it on fire.
Oh, that's insane.
What was it? It turned black or it melted. It was one of the two.
Well, you use a butane. It's going to turn black.
Okay.
That's the trick to it. Yeah.
Well, that's when the news media come out and reported it and they showed it. Then they come back a few days later and they said why it was like that. Why it done that.
It's because you're using a lighter. I mean,
oh no,
I'm not telling you to do this, but if you get a lighter and light the bottom of your hand, you'll have black soot on the palm of your hand.
Right.
It's not because it's burning your hand, it's because what's coming out of the gas in the lighter.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember if it was melting it or what it was doing, but the news media said that it was on kind of the chemicals being dropped.
Yeah, it all it is it's part of the butane. Like if it's almost like if you burn rubber, you know, the little smoke things that float around. Yeah. But butane's a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they it hasn't really snowed this year. Because usually every year you'll see a video of somebody doing that. Oh, there's all the chemicals. No, I'm not saying there ain't chemicals in the snow because I know there is. The best way to find out, go get snow, put it in a glass and wait for it to melt and then look at it through the light.
Oh, and man, you'll be weirded out. And if you got microscopes, put some of that under a microscope.
Oh, yeah.
And just think, that's what you inhaling.
Oh, yeah. It's in the air right now.
Yeah. The only thing a good first snow does is clean the air. Because have you noticed, well, not so much as rain anymore, but after a good hard snow, if you walk outside, how crisp and fresh the air smells.
Oh, yeah. It used to be a lot better.
Yeah, it did.
After the snow was already on the ground, it wasn't snowing anymore. That air was really clear, and you could see the stars a lot more. That's one of the worst things about living in a city, is not being able to see the stars.
Yeah. Light blocks it out.
Dude,
yeah.
I walked out the other night. Well, that night I was sitting on, me and the wife was sitting on the porch. I walked out in the yard and looked up,
Yeah.
and I, it's beautiful out there. You can see stars. But I got one question. I have seen the Big Dipper, Lord God knows how many times. Which one is the North Star? Is it at the end of the handle or at the end of the dipper?
End of the handle.
It should be the handle.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I used to remember all those.
I did too.
Once you get older, you don't look at the stars as much as you used to, which is a shame because when you was a kid, you would go out and blanket or no blanket and sit there out there in the grass and just look up there and watch the stars.
Exactly.
Nowadays, you see stuff zipping by up there.
I do that sometimes, especially in the morning if it's clear.
Well, now what gets me is coming up, like you talking about. I used to be able to go out and spot the Little Dipper. Man, I can't even find that thing no more. I know it's up there.
Yeah,
Maybe it's in a pot somewhere.
Smacked it.
It's a leap year. You got to account for the leap year.
That's not what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned the word Beetlejuice. Dixie thought I was crazy. She's in the next room and can hear you. Explain to her what Beetlejuice is.
What is it?
Beetlejuice. No.
You said it 3 times.
Oh, man, you said it.
Beetlejuice.
Yep.
They're actually redoing that.
Yep.
Oh, no.
I don't know how it's going to turn out, but yeah.
It had to be extremely awesome, you know?
Yeah. I like the little the town.
Miniature town.
Yeah. Okay. Jennifer said what I was trying to get at. It is a planet. Not a good one, though.
Beetlejuice planet.
Yes.
Beetlejuice is?
Yeah. That's the one that's supposed to have exploded. When was it? A couple of years ago?
I always thought it was a movie.
Now, Beetlejuice is, you know where Orion's belt is? Up in the sky.
Around his pants?
Look, I'm trying to get serious, and he wants to be a smart aleck. First time I'm getting serious.
And this was a star or a planet?
Orion's belt.
All right, let me look it up.
It's that big belt of stars that you. Well, if you're out in the boonies to see it.
There's 3 stars in the row. You take the left one, look kind of back at it. The star,
the reddest, brightest one.
Yeah.
That's what B. Charman says.
Yeah, beetle.
Well, you pronounce it your way, I'll pronounce it my way.
Well, if you're French, wouldn't it be Betelgeuse? Betelgeuse?
Yeah,
that's why I pronounce it my way.
It's a red supergiant star.
Yep.
In the constellation of Orion. It usually at 10th brightest star in the
night sky. Wow. How about that?
Yep.
I might have to look more into that. It's an interesting name.
Jennifer, we don't want to get into it that much on count of YouTube.
Well, there ain't nothing I can do about it. If it's out there in space, that I can't do nothing about it.
It's out there.
Me neither. It's out there somewhere.
I'm on a submarine, so I can travel through space. Either that.
It's like that the new Adam Sandler movie. I don't know if you heard about that. He's like an astronaut and he's floating through space.
Really?
764
Man,
times as large as the sun.
Our
imagine
sun.
that. Mm.
Well, now I've seen some pictures where it shows supposed to have shown suns of different galaxies. Ours looks like a golf ball compared to a
Oh
few.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
It's hard to even fathom.
I know it, and I mean, come on, we don't have a planet in our solar system that's even close as the sun is big and round.
Oh no.
I think
And-
Jupiter is what the sun is 5 times bigger than Jupiter. I may be mistaken
I
with
don't
that.
know. All
Yeah.
I know is if they've watched other solar systems that has planets around their sun,
Yeah,
and their suns, all the planets that they see like this, their sun destroys the planets left and right.
mhm.
Be it with radiation or solar flares or whatever. And look how long we've been. Well, I better knock on wood.
Kitty,
Look how
wait a
long
minute, wait
we've
a
been
minute.
here, and there's still life on this planet.
All right, well, yeah, I'm gonna switch gears here. Kitty, the Bible says, "In the beginning, God created the planets and the heavens." Okay, I'm not putting nobody down or anything like that. But Kitty asked, where in the Bible it says God made other planets? And Bubba News, help me out on that one.
I was going to say,
If I'm not mistaken,
I don't know
it
a
said,
specific reference, but I think it's what he made the heavens, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Something maybe
yeah.
to that reference. So stars, um, you know,
And hey,
yeah,
Bubba, you got time to jump up here and explain it?
good, because I need to go downstairs, bushcraft. I'll be back here in a minute or 5.
I mean, the way my brain works, probably like yours. I mean, it could go as deep as you want to. I mean, it's definitely something to think about.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about, and that like dinosaurs. There's the whole, evolution thing where they mess up all the time. And that's one of the things that gets me for on I mean, just take a cow. And I've brought this up before, a cow. It gives us milk, but we can eat the cow too. But the fact that for this cow to live on this planet, it has what is it, 5 stomachs or something like that,
I'm not sure.
and
Several, yeah.
it has to have grass to eat. And the thing is, if it was evolution type thing, you know, how did evolution know that it had to have grass, and how did it have to know all this stuff that it had to have? And
how does it just know what to
that's just
do?
a cow. There's thousands of different animals that are just like this. It's
But
I
even
don't
if
think
you're
it's
not
an
a,
evolution thing.
yeah, definitely. Even if you're not a meat or a milk consumer, I mean, you have to understand that how vital a cow is in the whole grand scheme of things to keep things rolling.
Lazy. Hey, Bubba.
What's going on?
There he is.
We had to bring up the expert for.
Oh, brother. It's just fascinating. Even the New Testament talks about how God created the worlds, plural. And it's mentioned like twice in the Bible. But I mean, we can't even imagine how big our solar system and the universe is. It just blows your mind.
Unfathomable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like we'd
And-
be
and
one
that's the
marble
thing.
in a big marble bag.
That's the thing that gets me is they're always trying to prove that that there's no God thing. Oh, we'll go further and get pictures of the farthest area that we can get to where it's supposed to have started. And they keep trying, and they keep proving it.
There's no way all this could just happen just by nothing being behind it, you know?
And that's the other thing, like in Isaiah and a couple different places, it talks about how God stretched out everything. Like, I mean, the space is stretched out like a curtain. Even in dimensionality, it gives indication that it can be rolled up as a scroll. I mean, it blows your mind. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. We try to figure this out. Your head will go poof. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Heavens plural.
Man.
In the beginning, God created the heavens. Yeah, the heavens and the earth. Even Genesis 1:1. Yeah.
Could be duplicate us's out there somewhere. That'd be
I've
weird,
always
wouldn't
wondered that, man.
I mean, you know.
But God indicates that this is all there is, and like there's only one Jesus, there's only one Savior. You know what I mean? It's not like there's other Jesuses trying to save planets, other, you know. I mean,
yeah.
If that makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah. There was a movie I watched not too long ago. I can't remember the name of it, but this guy, he supposedly lived for 14,000 years, and he was like around during the when Jesus was around, and different characters and stuff through time. He was working with these people, and he was like, I normally don't do this, but basically he told his whole story, but nobody believed him. But he was like, why are you telling all this? It's because he's like, y'all don't believe me. It's time for me to move on. You know, he had to keep moving on because he wouldn't age. But can't remember the name of it, but that was a pretty good movie.
Sounds familiar.
They were asking him all these questions about history, and then he started talking about the Bible and different events and stuff like that. That was pretty cool.
I think we're going to start seeing more and more. I mean, like signs and stuff, because we've all been hearing about the sun getting active and all that craziness.
Yeah.
And I've heard that too. A lot of people lately have been having the tinnitus or the ringing of the ears and like headaches again, and makes me wonder if it's the solar stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, that whole weird thing that everybody's coming up with the 40 days and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Does it mean, I heard somebody mention it today, and I'm not really sure the specifics, but somebody said that Easter was before Passover this year.
What is it? It's weird too. Yeah. What is it? March 29, 30 that weekend. And
Yeah, Easter's the 31st, and I think they got Passover for April the 9th.
Yeah,
Really?
and that's the other thing, because this is supposed to take place, I thought, after the beginning of their new year, and the beginning of the Jewish calendar new year begins April 8th of all things, if I remember right.
I think so. Yeah. It
Yeah,
starts in the
which is
spring.
really bizarre. So I think you're onto something, man. Yeah.
Well, have you ever Googled when did Jesus die? What Google says?
I have. Yeah. I ain't
That's
gonna lie. I have.
freaky.
Well,
I
now
don't
on my
believe that.
calendar, it says Easter is on the 31st of this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. Ginger Ninja put in there. Yeah, because they aren't celebrating the resurrection; they're celebrating Ishtar. Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. I look at signs and events happening, but I'm not as hip as far as what that could mean. But yeah, somebody mentioned that, and I said that does sound weird. Easter's before Passover.
Yeah. Because they're even their new year. Yeah, because Passover and all that's after the beginning of the new year. That's what I'm with you. I'm like, there's something to that. Yeah.
yeah. That's why I always got. They get the whole time and everything. It says Jesus died on April 3rd, at 3 p.m.
I
No,
done told you what I thought about that.
Yeah. That's weird that you ask Google this stuff. Oh, and if you look at it all stretched out, April 3rd, 33 AD at 3 p.m.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
And
I just now caught on to what you said.
you know where that's going, don't you?
Yeah.
Double it. And we're getting into 101's territory, so I don't want to get down there. When he's
His ears are tingling.
You know we celebrate spring tomorrow, right?
20 something.
Well, the night.
Like it.
We just talked
Yeah.
about this. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the
We talked
calendar.
about last week.
Spring starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Seem like that's been changed or something. Something don't seem right with that either. I don't know.
Exactly. What is that? Welcome to the Matrix.
Easter is a Sunday after the full moon. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because even their calendar, there's something up, yeah.
You know, there's a lunar eclipse where we won't be able to see it, but it'll be the 24th and the 25th. It'll be seen in like Asia, parts of Europe.
Oh, lunar. Yeah.
Yeah, lunar eclipse.
Now, our full moon is on the 25th.
Yeah, think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
25th of this month, the lunar eclipse.
And then you got Easter Sunday after the full moon. Well, if that's the way they're going, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. Well, we said that last week. It's the 21st or 22nd, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we looked and said, "Oh no, it's next week."
Yeah.
I mean, even this coming Sunday is Palm Sunday. It's way too early. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Donna B, I always thought it was around 22nd and 23rd. But
Might not think about it, but take a couple of days from each generation. That adds up real quick.
there's quite a few ice cream summers involved in that.
This is leap year, though.
And it's a leap year. Exactly.
Gee.
Vineyard Chicks wants to know what's April 3rd.
Oh, that's if you ask Google when Jesus died, that's what they tell you. It's April 3rd, 3380 at 3 p.m.
Hey, wait a minute. There's 4 3s in that one.
Now, if they would have said April 1st, I'd have had to call their bluff.
Yeah, really.
It does sound weird, man.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you think about it. Everything's starting to happen here, this month, throughout the next few months is very, very weird going on because, I mean, we've got the eclipse coming up next month.
It's the spring solstice.
Yeah. But if you think about it, there is a lot of people getting in on this to get, what do we call that? Something clicks.
Clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait.
Oh.
But the truth is, nobody knows what's going to happen until it happens. Period.
Yeah.
You know.
And
You can-
Bushcraft was asking that last night. Well, we thought like prophetically if there was anything to the eclipse and everything, because you see all these people talking about it.
Yeah. And then Wildlife freaking everybody out, telling them that heaven, that's heaven spelled backwards.
Oh yeah. Nineveh.
You know, if you notice, I didn't say nothing. I was sitting there spelling it. And I really hate to say it, but looking at that backwards, I forgot how to spell heaven there for a second or two. And then when I realized it, you mentioned something.
I was looking at chat and like, oh really? There was some oh reallys and wow. And then there's
I apologize.
I think was it PNW that caught it first, I think. So wait a minute.
I think it was.
That doesn't spell heaven.
That was what the comet that's
But my
supposed to be
math
passing
was-
between Earth and the Moon.
Yeah,
Do
it's
what?
supposed to happen during the eclipse.
Kitty had a question. Read somewhere that God changes the time from 7 years to 5 months, or no flesh be left to save. I think what's coming too with all the earth changes in the tribulation is they will switch. I think something's coming where it's going to switch back to a 360-day year,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've heard that.
where they change times and epochs or seasons. And I think there's something supernaturally that's going to happen, because they say that Mars used to be like a tuning fork to the earth. And the earth used to have a 360-day rotation around the sun, and Mars had a 720-day. And then after that long day with, I forget the guy where they held up his arms and had the longest day on the earth, that changed. And that's when the earth went to 365 and Mars went to like 567 or something. Yeah.
The only reason it
It's a big
stayed
difference.
daylight
Yeah.
is so he can win that battle. But
Right.
And I think, they manipulate and change time for their own personal things. So it naturally turns and tunes our grounding and tuning off of our natural balance, like, our bodies can naturally feel when the seasons change, but if they're constantly telling us somewhere else, it's kind of shifting or pulling in a way, if that makes sense.
And you remember
well, now
in the 80s and stuff, well, when I was a kid and whatnot, there was like one eclipse, and then I didn't hear about any other for 10 years or so.
right,
And
exactly.
now it's like every other week there's a different lunar or something
Eclipse.
going on in the sky.
Yeah.
Last decade, it seems like.
Yeah.
What, since 2018, I believe it was, is when we started having all these going on.
Well, I'd say 2012
Yeah.
because you
Oh,
remember when the world was supposed to end then.
the Mayan
Who?
calendar event.
Yeah, they had all kinds of numbers this and numbers that.
12,
and-
12, 12.
Yeah.
Well, now they come up with a theory on that. The reasons the numbers ended or whatever, they figured that it was so far gone, we fixing to make our own destination. And in a matter of speaking, I kind of believe that. It's like a fork in the road. We either going to go good or we're going to go bad. You know, it can be stopped back in 2012, but we pursued on. Now, what's fixing to happen in the future, I don't think it can be changed. I believe it can be postponed, but at one time, but now I don't believe
Yeah.
it can be changed.
You remember the movie Seven Signs, I think it was, where
Yeah, I'm gonna
they
say
had to
Mel
stop
Gibson.
they had to stop this one guy from dying in the electric chair or something. It was innocent dying or something like this, and they had the water turning to blood and the moon.
Yeah.
They had all kinds of different ones.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
the last one, she died for her baby, and that stopped it.
Wait a
Mm.
minute.
Now I'm not saying that's real or anything. That was the movie.
Yeah.
Was that the Seven Signs or was that Stigmata?
No, that wasn't Stigmata.
Okay.
That Stigmata was
Oh,
the, if you ever can find the deleted ending for that, it's so much better than the original.
wait a
Stigmata.
minute. Hang on. I'm trying to back up here. Okay, I forgot exactly who said it, but they said we watched too much TV. But I'm going to say this right here. These movies, if you'll really watch these movies, it is telling our future because our future has already been written. I
Yeah.
can't think.
That's the one, Denny Moore.
Okay.
And you know it, Jeff, because those demons in Hollywood, man,
Yeah,
demons
right
is
there.
intelligent being. Shoot,
Yeah.
they know it.
Fiction's based on truth.
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all want to get into it, look back at the future. I think where he goes into the future, where there was one team that Florida didn't have back then, but in this movie, they named the team and everything else, and that was something like what 7, maybe 10 years in the future. It's what they were when that movie come out. I want to say
Part two?
Marlon.
Or
It
was
may
that
have been.
3?
May have been. No, I think part 3 was when he went back in Western days.
I don't know. There were so many of them.
Yeah, there was. But it may have been part 2.
Yeah, I think it might have been 2.
I think the furthest they went into the future was October the 15th, 2015.
Yeah, because that was a big day when we actually hit that day because everybody's where's my scooter or my hoverboard?
Yeah, my hoverboard.
Yeah. They didn't care about anything else. They just wanted a hoverboard, which I'd like to have one too.
That's when I look up movies now that's got a certain theme to them, I look and see when the movie was based. You know, a lot of your movies back in the day, they were based the 2000s or stuff like that. But
yeah,
I rewatched the other day, what was it, Mission to Mars with Don Cheadle.
I don't remember that.
Pretty good movie. It's got a bunch of actors and actors you'll recognize. It's got the guy from Shawshank Redemption that played Andy. Can't think of his actor name, but he's in it. But yeah, I watched that one. And in that movie, it was based in 2020, and it came out in what, 2000?
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
think.
What was that other one with the cyborg and stuff? That was in 2024 and stuff.
Mm.
Even that one that just came out, The Leave the World Behind, that one's got a bunch of weird stuff in it.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
With
yeah.
the plane and the boats and the whole, oh man.
Oh, and
Puts
it's
it in a
real
modern
life.
day perspective.
It's real life stuff. Like when that
Yeah.
girl goes in the bunker and sees that screen up there. If you pause it, there's a QR code up there that you can click on it.
That's
and
right.
brings
It
up
takes
a
you to like
town.
some, yeah, isn't it like an old haunted park or something? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody lives there or anything.
Yeah.
It's oh man.
I didn't. I mean, I
It's
noticed
like
it,
an
but I
old
didn't.
haunted theme park that's broken down or something.
Yeah.
Well, now,
that
what
have to
is
do
it?
with the movie? You know.
I don't know what state it's in.
Yeah. Now, what is it? It's supposed to be 3 days of darkness is supposed to happen. I'm not going to say, but would that, if that does happen, wouldn't that be like how we would go back to 360 days in a year?
I don't know.
You
I
know,
mean,
and
you
even
know,
I was even researching that 3 days of darkness thing, and that's like a Catholic thing.
And is that how is that 3 days of darkness? Is it the whole planet or just one side?
the whole planet.
Oh, so that means the sun has to go.
It was
Exactly.
like this Italian psychic in the Catholic Church that came out with this prophecy, this vision. It's not
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
biblical. And I was like, what?
Oh, it's not. Okay.
No,
Well, shit.
that's what I'm like. And that's what I've been trying to find it. I'm like, this isn't even biblical.
Well, see, Bubba,
No, but it's
I've
such a
been
huge
kinda-
talking thing lately, you know, like Jeff. Yeah.
I've been kind of getting into it here a little bit. And for our Bible, I can't find no reference to it, but people keep referencing it from the
Yeah.
Bible, this and that. And I've not seen nothing in it, in our Bible, that says anything. But
Well,
in order for it to be teetotal darkness, okay, that means the sun would have to go dark, the moon will have to go dark, and parts of the stars would have to go dark in order for it to be completely dark here on
not
right or wrong.
entirely. This was mentioned last night. Biden wants to turn off the sun.
Yeah, I've been reading not reading, but hearing a little bit about
And
that.
they say that's why, we've been having a lot of jets doing their little thing in the sky.
Well,
Could be
it kind
doing
of hit
something
me
with that.
today when I saw something else. But with that going on and they wanting to control this and that, wouldn't it also be darker where the sun can't? What is it? The sun should be as, how does that go? As black as sackcloth or something like that.
Well,
Oh,
see,
yeah.
that's what I was getting at. If it's supposed to be 3 days, you would have to, the sun would have to turn off. You can't block with a moon because it's still, there's still light.
Right, reflecting from the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moon doesn't shine out without it. Yeah.
The only way it would be is cover Earth with something or shut the sun off.
Right. But you see, there's something else I've also heard. 2 different versions. The second one I heard today.
Yeah.
But the first one I heard was during this 3 days of darkness that the demons is supposed to be cut loose, only the evil demons and everything. And if you looked outside, stepped outside or whatever, you'd be gone. And then today, what I heard with the gases and the pollution and everything, that if you stepped out, looked out, or whatever, you would die. Well, then, if it's poison out there, wouldn't it get into your house also?
Well, right there, what if you remember what humans couldn't go outside because it would kill them.
Right, but that would be during the day.
Yeah.
Okay, what about night?
That's the thing. How do you determine the darkness, or if it even is darkness? Like Bubba was saying, it's not in the Bible.
Exactly, it's not.
And even like when Biden says he's going to do this to the sun, I'm starting to pick up on it, because what they're doing is the elites of the world are trying to start saying that they're going to be in control, and this isn't a God thing of these judgments that are coming. You know, they're going to say like, "Oh, that's not God. We did it." Ah, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
True.
You know how these guys are proud, man. They want to say, "I did that." Yeah, right.
Well, and we
wonder.
all know they're not hiding anything anymore.
That's what I was thinking too, Jeff, when you was talking about 3 days of darkness for the demons to appear. Man, it's getting so dark out there as it is. We don't need any days of darkness.
Yeah, that's why I was meaning. Is it actual dark, or is it just, you know? Because you could say the way the world is, it's getting darker and darker, but it's not. We still have light, you know. It's just it's getting more evil. As another word.
Now, what I thought was what everybody up on here or in Signal has said, you know, we need the sun for plants to grow.
Oh, yeah.
We need trees to grow and everything. Without them, we have no oxygen. And without oxygen,
that has nothing to do with it. You don't have no sun, you're going to die in 3 days. You're going to be an icicle.
And think about that too, them with their solar panels.
Yeah.
And if stuff starts taking, and you know, even like digging into like the trumpet judgments and how a third of the sun's going to go dark and a third of the stars are going to go dark. You know what I mean? And the thirds, the trumpet judgments are the thirds.
Yeah, right.
Even when we have volcano explosions all over this planet, after every island and every mountain is moved out of its place, in the sixth seal judgment, it almost sounds like a total crustal displacement, and all the volcanic ash and stuff that's going to be spewing is going to darken the skies by a third.
Well, now don't our Bible also say that the mountains will be flat? There won't be no hills?
That's the last bowl judgment at the very end, where the mountains will be no more and the islands will be removed, gone forever, because of the 100-pound hailstones that are falling. And I was researching that 120-pound hailstone that's going to fall from heaven in the last judgment. You know, Jesus on the cross said it is finished. At the end of the tribulation, he's going to say it is done. But these things are going to be a minimum of 19 to 20 feet in diameter. These things are huge.
I hate to get hit in the head
under one of them.
Talk about flattening your mountains, man.
So that means whoever's built bunkers, if they are in their bunkers when it happens, will be a how do you put this? Gone.
Makes you wonder why some of these big entities have been trying to do the artificial suns. I don't know if you heard about that.
Well, think about it. The people building bunkers in Hawaii. If all the islands are gone.
Oh, dude, no kidding. I was just thinking that. Like, what? It's going to shift the whole island. Their bunker is going to fill with water. They're going to be done.
Exactly.
It's going to be like a tomb, dude. I'm like, what the?
Man, forget the bunkers. Get me a pontoon boat with some fishing rods. Hey, I got to eat.
You know, they got the. Remember the game Fallout? They got a TV show coming out of Fallout. The series. Remember that game Fallout?
Seems like that name rings a bell.
It was It was a series of games, but basically it was like a nuclear fallout type game.
Oh,
You were down in the bunker, and then you had to go out and scavenge and get stuff.
yeah, they had a series kind of like that after everything.
What was it?
I
20.
like that. They actually had that they would set up in like a warehouse or something. They had to make
Yeah.
gasifiers and different things and grow gardens and stuff. And then marauders would come in and try to take it and stuff. And they
Mhm.
build up a big bus so they can go to another area.
Well, now, what was it?
Calming
2012
or something like that. I
movies?
can't remember what it was.
Can't remember either.
Well, guys, it's almost that time. Let me go ahead and get the
That's
link
right.
for Vineyard Chicks.
Bubba, I know that. That was one of the reasons I wanted you up here to correct me on my
No, and I
mistake.
appreciate you just reaching out to me, man, because I'm like, it like bubbles out of me. I just want to go blah, 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 blah. Oh, I love it. Yeah. If anything, I just want to help others learn what I've learned. You know what I mean? Like help pass the
Yeah.
torch, if that makes sense.
Well, see,
Yeah,
it's like, you know, I can misquote a lot of things, but playing with God, that's one thing you don't want to misquote.
That's right.
yeah, that's the thing. There's like the eclipse.
Yeah.
There's so much of the phony stuff or the made up stuff that will
You don't know which
so
is
many
right.
people will start following that. And then
Yeah.
when it doesn't happen, oh, God's not real, you know.
Well, I'm
They
pulling a
get
little
let
bit.
down.
I'm pulling a little bit of a bushcraft right now, and the wife. When I see it, I'll believe it, or I'll
Yeah.
believe it when I see it. You
Yeah.
know, plain and simple. Because it
And I
is
wanted to
so
touch on that eclipse because bushcraft, it's funny you were mentioning it. Sorry, Jeff, but it just hit me because the signs are for the Jews. You know, even in First Corinthians, it says that the Jews look for signs, but for the Greeks, we look for wisdom. But it's all the Americans that are talking about the eclipse, not the Jews.
And it,
now,
yeah,
I
so
know this
the
stuff.
X is over the United States.
Now, ain't it like the Jews and Israel and everything? Ain't all these signs supposed to point to them first before it does us, or is it
Yeah.
all white?
Yeah. And the only thing I'm thinking prophetically is because we're getting so close to the end and everyone's looking at different things, and I get it, but I mean, there's some really wild things too. Like it literally happens 40 days before the day of Pentecost when the church was born.
Okay.
I mean, there's some pretty neat things to it in the way that it forms like an Aleph Tav, the beginning and the end over the United States from 2017, these eclipses. I mean, there's
Yeah.
something to it, but I mean, there's some channels that just run with all kinds of craziness, which is really cool, but I don't know, man. It's something to at least where everyone's talking about. My kiddo's talking about it because we're in the center of it here in Indianapolis, Indiana, and
Yeah, I was
she's
going to
got
say
her
wow.
solar
in
glasses and she's ready to
Indiana.
go, man.
That's how we were in 2017. It came right across here in Augusta.
Oh, dude, that's right. It did come right across you guys because it started what, like Oregon or something? And
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the
The,
weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Do you have
Okay, now-
Salem in your state?
check this out. Okay, it's supposed to start from the 33rd state that was in that come into the United States, and it's going to end on the 33rd parallel. Now, how
Really?
true this is, I don't know.
Well,
I'll
they
look that
also
up.
said where that park down in El Paso where all that stuff is
Eagle
happening.
Pass, it begins or something down there.
Yeah, that's where it's supposed to start.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How coincidental is that from the events a couple months ago?
And this will be
Yeah.
the last eclipse like this that has all three parts of North America, Mexico, Canada, and the United States. until August of 2044, where it goes through all three.
Now, we've
Wow.
had 3 eclipses like this. It was 20, I can't remember the first one. The second one was 2017. The third one is going to be April the 8th of this year.
Definitely something to think about for sure.
And you have 4/8/2024. So if you have 4 plus 8, you have 12. And then you multiply that times the 2, and now you have the 24 of the year. I mean, there's all kinds of weird, and all those, like Bushy was saying, all the Ninevehs, across the United States where the eclipse is going over, and it's going over Rapture, Indiana.
That's it.
I mean, just seriously, it's all these wild things these people are finding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess as of 2021, there was one man that was living in Rapture, Indiana. It's this little crossroad town or something, and I'm like, what if he was the one who got raptured up and there's no one left?
Yeah, somebody needs to get out there and see if he's still there.
But I have a feeling that whole town's going to be packed with people because we got people they're talking about that are going to be traveling into the state and all that craziness.
Boy.
They're already headed that way, I bet you.
Yeah,
you guys probably had it down there in Augusta or Georgia, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Already going there. The crossroads.
I'm not that too far away. I'll go over and do a live stream.
You may not come back.
No, there's going to be a lot of weird people there.
And have you noticed all the prepping they're trying to promote for April 8th? And I'm like, what?
For 3 days.
Oh.
I mean, it gets 100% dark for what, 3 minutes or something?
Yeah.
Look, I don't mean to cut nobody off, but Bubba, have you seen any news media at all where they're telling people to start prepping?
Yeah, even for the just locally, even the National Weather Service put it out for just April 8th alone. But are you saying like in general?
Yeah.
You know what? It's not like it was during the whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like, remember how they would used to try to tell everybody to get ready, start prepping, start saving up. It's like they're not going to say anything now, I think.
Well, now I've seen one time where there was a news media that told people to start prepping before the eclipse. Now I've gone back and tried to find it. I cannot find it nowhere. They've taken it down.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, and I even remember reading it because it said that expect lots of crowds and expect decreased cellular phone service after the eclipse.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And that's what I was thinking. Like, maybe if people are live streaming it or something, but but then I also heard something like if you're live streaming a phone with your phone to the sun, I guess it's not good or something. Or, I don't know.
Well, that's any phone. I mean, but I've heard the same thing. But it's like I've said, if anything is really, truly going to start, I got a strong feeling it's going to be after April the 8th, all the way up to, and I'm going to say it, November the 3rd. Think
6.
about it. Is it 6?
I don't know. It's sometime in November. I always get it mixed up. But anyways, guys, let's all head over to Vineyard Chicks. They're starting in like 30 seconds. We can pick this up on Jeff's channel Wednesday if he wants.
Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing.
Okay,
And
that sounds good then.
Bubba, send me an email between now and then.
Okay, man.
All right.
I'll look you up right now.
That'd be fine. That way I can send you an invite, and Bushcraft is wanting to say out.
Yeah.